Floyd Mayweather's empire is crumbling, from explosive financial scandals and lawsuits to fake sellouts and celebrity fights. The undefeated champ now faces legal heat and legacy questions. Is the money team falling apart? Find out only on Punch Powers.
I'm not. Yeah, we're taking him to court.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So
Yeah, see you in the courtroom. Congrats, you're going to prison, Floyd.
Never even cashed a check still. Have $100 million that I never even cashed before. I have a tax attorney that takes care of everything, and everything is okay.
Because he continues to lie to the world about what I said and who I was pointing the finger at.
In a shocking twist, Floyd Mayweather is reportedly on the run after ESPN analyst Stephen A. Smith revealed explosive financial records live on air. The documents allegedly expose Mayweather's connection to a massive $40 million financial scandal. Federal officials have reportedly issued a warrant for his arrest. Smith, who has long criticized Mayweather's extravagant spending habits, stated that this might just be the beginning of a much bigger issue. Fans and critics alike are left stunned as one of boxing's biggest empires appears to be crumbling. In real time, the once untouchable undefeated champion now finds himself at the center of a financial storm. What was once admired as a display of wealth and power is now being questioned. As the story continues to develop, many are waiting to see if more information will come to light. Stay tuned for updates as this story continues to unfold.
Floyd Mayweather has had for not paying someone money. Check this out.
Yeah. So we're gonna sue Floyd Mayweather. What's good with this?
What's good with the conversation about this? Last night you were doing one of these. Are we saying that or what?
He hasn't sued him yet.
Oh, got it.
We're still talking.
Got it.
There's still conversations that are happening.
Well, he got sued. You know he got sued.
He's been sued multiple times.
For the same fight. Yo, something's going on, and there's one side that's very clear to see is being You know why he got sued? I watched the video on it. There's a full breakdown. He is the promotional arm of his fights. It's why, in part, he makes so much money, because whereas a normal promotional company will take 30%, he is that. And so oftentimes for his fights, before the tickets can go on sale to the public, or like right as they go on sale, he'll buy a whole wing, a whole section, and then he'll sell them at a higher price, marked up, so he can make,
like all the floor seats. He takes all of them.
All of them, 3, 4, 5x, and it's part of his business.
Floyd Mayweather's legal and financial challenges have often been the subject of public speculation and media scrutiny. In one case, Mayweather shared that his legal team had advised him to remain silent about certain issues, promising to handle everything privately. Despite that, Mayweather openly expressed that his appetite for wealth and luxury had not faded. He made it clear that the desire for jets, luxury homes, and lavish living remained very much alive. His statement painted a picture of a man deeply committed to holding onto his rich lifestyle, even amid legal battles. While his lawyers worked behind the scenes, Mayweather's public comments reminded fans that he was still focused on preserving the fortune and lifestyle he built. His insistence on privacy and his desire to continue living large suggest that maintaining his status and image remains a top priority. Even in the face of adversity, Mayweather appears determined to keep the spotlight on wealth and success.
Still got my private jets. I still have all my beautiful homes, still have all my properties everywhere, and still making millions every month.
So you didn't take this fight because you needed the money?
Actually, I didn't even want this. The fans demanded this fight. You know, at one particular time. And of course, with this fight, of course, I do want to make a ton of money.
Stephen A. Smith has never been shy about his admiration for Floyd Mayweather's boxing career. He often speaks with great respect about Floyd's legendary run and his undefeated record. Smith highlights Mayweather's unmatched discipline, incredible defense, and brilliant strategy inside the ring. According to Smith, Mayweather didn't just fight to win, he fought to make sure he wouldn't lose. His style was smart, calculated, and precise. Smith sees Mayweather as a true master of the sport who controlled every second of the fight. His technique, timing, and ability to avoid damage made him a nearly impossible opponent to beat. Smith believes Mayweather's greatness goes far beyond his stats. It lies in the way he changed how boxing is approached. His presence in the ring, his preparation, and his consistency raised the bar for future fighters. For Smith, Floyd Mayweather remains the standard by which greatness in boxing should be measured.
Was undefeated for the last half of his career with one hand. He constantly broke his hand.
Yeah.
He would go into a ring knowing he had no shot at knocking somebody out because his hands were hurt too much. And literally walked in the ring and said, I'm going to embarrass you and humiliate you by showing the world you can't hit me.
But everything began to change when Floyd Mayweather moved into exhibition fights. After his official retirement, the praise that had followed him for years began to fade. One of the most talked about moments was his bout against YouTuber Logan Paul, which drew heavy backlash. Stephen A. Smith was quick to criticize the event, saying it lacked competitive value. Logan Paul, an internet personality with limited boxing experience, was seen by many as a mismatch for the legendary fighter. To Smith, this wasn't about competition, it was about cash. He argued that the fight felt more like a business move than a true boxing event. Mayweather, once praised for taking on serious challenges, was now being seen as someone chasing money over legacy. The intensity and stakes that defined his earlier career were no longer present. For Smith and many fans, this marked the start of a decline in how Mayweather's legacy was viewed.
Boxers, if not the greatest boxer in history, he's absolutely sensational. But he retired years ago, and for me personally, I know these exhibition matches are entertaining. I like the one with Conor McGregor, not so much the one with Logan Paul. Looking at these exhibitions and all of that stuff, that little melee and stuff don't matter to me. As far as I'm concerned, it could have potentially been orchestrated. I don't know. But I do know not just anybody should be allowed to be in the ring with Floyd Money Mayweather.
Absolutely.
I just believe.
Stephen A. Smith's criticism didn't stop at the Logan Paul fight. He continued to express concern about Floyd's approach to exhibition bouts as a whole. While he understood and even respected Mayweather's decision to fight Conor McGregor, someone with a background in combat sports, he felt that the rest of Floyd's exhibitions lacked purpose. Smith believed Floyd was no longer fighting for the thrill or glory, but instead for easy paydays. According to Smith, this change in mindset was slowly chipping away at the reputation Mayweather had built over the years. Choosing less skilled opponents for profit rather than passion was, in his view, tarnishing Floyd's image. Smith pointed out that Mayweather once stood at the top of boxing, feared and respected, but now, many were beginning to see him as a man clinging to fame. By exploiting his name, in Smith's eyes, Floyd's obsession with money was putting his entire legacy at risk.
Here's what I do know, which is where my disappointment comes from. When you are as great as Floyd Money Mayweather, everybody doesn't deserve to be in your space. I know you like to make money. You're never going to stop making money. Very, very few people on the planet know how to make money like you know how to make money. But some of this stuff has got to stop. You want to get Conor McGregor in the ring for an exhibition match? All right, that's fine. You know, Conor sold that. It was great marketing. He's not a boxer, but hey, he was a knockout artist in the UFC. I get it.
The clearest sign of this shift came during an interview when Floyd Mayweather was asked why he chose to fight Logan Paul instead of someone more established like Tyson Fury. His answer: Logan had more social media followers. That wasn't for many, including Stephen A. Smith. This was a major red flag. It showed that Floyd's decisions were now driven by followers and clout, not legacy or skill. Instead of challenging himself in the ring, Mayweather seemed focused on who could bring in the biggest payday through hype and clicks. The choice to fight an internet celebrity with limited boxing experience was seen by many as a step backward. This wasn't the Floyd Mayweather that fans admired for his calculated brilliance and competitive spirit. It was a version chasing attention over achievement. Critics feared that Mayweather was no longer trying to preserve the greatness he once represented.
Why fight Logan Paul?
Name another boxer besides myself that's more famous than Logan Paul.
Tyson Fury?
What? I want you to look up Tyson Fury, how many followers, and look up how many followers Logan Paul has.
Logan Paul, 56 million. Tyson Fury, 4 million.
So 50 compared to 4 something. I can fight a fighter right now, guarantee myself 35 million. Or me and Logan Paul can go out and entertain and have fun and make 100 million or more. So if you were me, you gotta look at 35 million for 12 rounds and 100 for 6 rounds. Big difference.
At the height of his career, Floyd Mayweather wasn't just the top boxer, he was the highest paid athlete in the world. His earnings came not just from fights, but also from sharp business deals and promotional strategies. He was seen as a brilliant planner who turned boxing into a business empire. But now, things are starting to look different. As whispers about his finances grow louder, people are starting to question how stable that empire really is. Rumors suggest that Mayweather's money might not be as secure as it once appeared. Despite his past boast of wealth and smart investments, some wonder if he's been overspending or mismanaging his fortune. This shift in perception has caused both fans and critics to reevaluate his legacy. Is he still the financial genius he once seemed to be, or has his show of wealth been hiding deeper problems all along?
Floyd Mayweather, the highest paid athlete, not the highest paid boxer, the highest paid athlete in the world. I had the opportunity and pleasure to be around him for many years. I was his personal shopper. I was a personal friend of his family. One of my greatest memories of being just lucky enough to even be around that environment was watching him train. Watching Floyd Mayweather train is a masterclass in discipline. It is a masterclass in work ethic. It is a masterclass in this is how you execute and get stuff done. Every rep, he hits it hard. There's not one lazy rep. He does everything at such a high frequency, so elevated. I'm like, goodness gracious, watching this man train, it's like, that's how I want to train for life. I've been to the club with Floyd where we leave in the club 3, 4 in the morning and he's still going to hit his 6 miles. He'll have all the cars follow him and he's running down the Las Vegas Strip, down back streets.
Another controversy that's making headlines involves Logan Paul, who claims he's still owed money from his 2021 fight against Mayweather. Paul says that between $1 million and $3 million in pay-per-view revenue hasn't been paid to him. In a 2020 interview, he confirmed he plans to take legal action. Mayweather, however, denies the accusation, insisting Paul was paid in full. The fight's earnings were massive, but the disagreement centers around how and when the money was distributed. Floyd claims that delays like this are common in boxing, but Paul isn't convinced. He believes Mayweather's team failed to honor the agreement. The case highlights just how tricky and messy financial arrangements can get, especially in high-profile exhibition fights. Whether the lawsuit moves forward or gets settled, it's another blow to Mayweather's reputation, and it adds more fuel to the growing fire around his financial dealings.
Or is that something that you can't disclose right now?
He has not paid me in full. That is a fact.
No
short a few mil, yeah.
Wow. Still a few mil.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Have you been in contact with him?
Nah, we're taking this for the court.
No, are you being serious? Is this like a...
Do I look serious, lady?
You do. I'm just making sure. I apologize.
Really?
I'm just...
Nah, I'm not. Yeah, we're taking him to court.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So,
see you in the courtroom. Congrats, you're going to prison, Floyd.
Throughout his career, Floyd Mayweather's name has often appeared in legal headlines. Despite his enormous wealth, he's had multiple run-ins with the law, including serving time in jail. Mayweather himself has talked about how fame has come with a price, how being rich doesn't always mean being free. His legal issues range from disputes over debts to incidents linked to his lifestyle. Many of these problems seem to follow a pattern, often connected to his handling of money and his public persona. While he continues to earn and spend, legal troubles have a way of catching up. These stories cast a different light on the man behind the boxing gloves. For all the success he's achieved, the legal baggage reminds us that wealth doesn't erase consequences. Mayweather's journey, though filled with highlights, is also marked by setbacks that challenge the public's view of his story.
I had 3 children with a young lady. We wasn't seeing eye to eye. We wasn't seeing eye to eye. She was a little upset, had a little alcohol in her system. She was a little edgy, and I told her, basically I needed the keys to my truck. She was upset. She didn't want me to take the keys to the truck. So things got out of hand and blown out of, they blow things up bigger than what things are really made out to be. So things happen.
But nevertheless, you had to do 2 months, right?
Yeah, I did 2 months for a misdemeanor, yes.
So what is it like to have everything and then not have freedom?
That's what I come to find out. Freedom is very important. Freedom is very, very important. And I'm just, I'm happy to be free. I'm happy to be back, in my children's life.
Rapper 50 Cent has also shared his side of the story, especially during a tough period in Mayweather's life. When Floyd was behind bars, 50 Cent says he stepped in to run Mayweather Promotions and invested millions of dollars to keep the business alive. But when Floyd got out, he allegedly ignored the support and never repaid the money. According to 50 Cent, Mayweather didn't even acknowledge his help. This added more drama to Floyd's already complicated relationships, especially where money is involved. Mayweather's response was simple. He claimed he never asked for 50's help. This comment suggested that Floyd values independence over loyalty, even when others make sacrifices for him. The falling out between the two not only ended their partnership, but also gave fans another glimpse into Floyd's focus on self-preservation. For some, the story confirms the idea that Mayweather often puts himself first, even at the cost of friendships.
Anybody who knows Floyd knows he doesn't want to be alone. So in that situation, like, I was concerned about him because, like, I went to visit him more than anyone else that he would qualify and would actually visit him. And it's because I knew that he put like this. He'll buy stuff for you to keep you around. His temperament, there's no balance. Like, he can do anything and they still stay there because it's like they're
Yes, man. Yeah.
right, yeah.
And if that wasn't enough, former UFC fighter and analyst Chael Sonnen added even more controversy to the conversation. He claimed that the Mayweather versus McGregor fight wasn't as successful as it appeared. According to Sonnen, many of the seats in the arena were empty and filled with people hired to look like a sold-out crowd. He said the event was marketed as a record-breaking spectacle, but in reality, it was filled with smoke and mirrors. Sonnen recalled seeing the truth when his own mother attended the fight and noticed the empty sections, despite the impressive pay-per-view numbers. This revelation sparked new questions about how much of Mayweather's image is real and how much is carefully crafted for show. It's a reminder that in the world of sports entertainment, appearances can be deceiving, and hype sometimes takes.
You can trust the news. There's no such thing as fake. I'm working for ESPN. We're broadcasting the Mayweather-McGregor fight live. And to this day, they will tell you that's a record. That's the biggest fight ever. That thing was sold out. That place was... People were dressed up as empty seats, and I mean thousands of people.
No.
I bought my mother's ticket that day. That day, my mother decides that she wants to go to the fight. So I'm in there, and I'm telling the world that this place is sold out because that's what's on the screen. And it's not even close. Yeah. This isn't like, it's pretty much there's thousands of empty seats. That was the first time that in my own life I ever just, wow, fake news is real.
Wow.
And then Mayweather, they wanted a rematch. They were begging. They were doing more media trying to get a rematch than they did leading into the first match. And the guys that wrote the checks.
But why didn't it sell out? I mean, it's such two big draws. They promoted it so well.
All anybody was talking about.
Yeah, there's still a number.
Yeah.
I mean, no matter how big a draw is, there's still a number. If this guy got 100 million, this guy got 100 million, then you got to advertise it, promote it. You got to bring
It's the guarantees that kill everything. If they were just getting percentages, then obviously everybody would.
You're saying the seats were empty. I can understand it not making the money, but the seats being empty seems
peculiar.
Yeah, and there's nothing in the world where you have a pay-per-view hit that didn't have a live audience hit. Like if your live audience is your first focus group, isn't sold out, you didn't do pay-per-view numbers.
Sure.
But boxing will still claim that to this day. They still to this day claim that that's number one. And if you want to be the biggest pay-per-view in boxing history, all you have to do is claim it.